Hey guys, welcome back. Aurabomb here, and we're joined by a bunch of I gotta be PG, a bunch of jerks. Say hi, guys.
Absolutely.
Hello.
I love you, John.
It's a me.
All right, this is what's your username?
It's JMog441.
JMog, right? That's how you say it. And then we have Steven Stone here.
Absolutely.
What's the are you still using Xerox?
Yeah.
All right, what's up, Xerox?
It's the only thing I ever use.
So Steven and John are here. We're doing a set review, as you can tell from the thumbnail. We're talking about Forbidden Light, what we're expecting to get in the American set. We're just gonna go over the cards and just give our first reactions for the most part. We're also doing SM5 Plus, the entire set here, and yeah, because we expect these two sets to be the cards. I don't know what else we're gonna get in the set though. Usually we have like a bunch of like other full arts. Like for the past couple sets, we had like things like Olivia and Lana and things that we haven't had. These Japanese sets are released, but is there any supporters left that aren't full arts right now?
Not that I can think of.
Hugh? Oh. No, Hugh got a full art.
It was in base set, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think it was the set after that. Or how? Who's Hugh? Hugh's yeah, that's the last. Okay. Is there anything else really? I can't think of any.
Yeah, we're missing.
At least something that's like practical and Sun Moon base onward.
Gotta forget who it is. Hold on. Go on, I'll figure it out in like 2
seconds.
So
we're gonna go over. I think we'll go over Forbidden Light first, just because Forbidden Light's like the bad set. But don't forget to stay around, guys, for after we're done with Forbidden Light. We're gonna be going over SM5 Plus, and eventually we'll do the buyer bulk series. But right now, this is our first reactions. So we're gonna talk about how the Pokemon company absolutely loves specific Pokemon, mainly Executor. They're just huge fans of Alolan Executor, because we have another one.
Executor next BDIF.
You're right. We have like what, 3 different types now? We have the Dragon one, the GX, and now we have the Grass one here. And I'm pretty sure we're getting another Grass one too. No, this is the one, never mind. It does 20 damage for each type of basic energy card in your discard pile for 1 Grass energies, but it's only up to 5. So for a single Grass, you can hit for 100 damage. It's so exciting. Okay, we're gonna move on. Scatterbug has Plague. If you go second during your turn, search your deck for a Spewpa and Vivian, reveal them, and put them into your hand. That's weird. I guess that's
only
cool.
for the first, or the only one you go.
So if you go second during your first turn, you can put these cards right. So Pokemon's really endorsing this idea of like you should go second sometimes. I don't know why, because nobody's gonna go second. Also, is this Vivian even useful? Super Evolution. So go ahead, search your deck for Vivian and play it onto this Pokemon and evolve. So you can evolve. You can skip the Spewpa as an attack. So like both of these are really good if you go second. Whatever. What does Vivian do? Vivid Powder. Your opponent's active Pokemon is now poisoned and asleep.
Oh boy.
Oh man.
That can be good in the expanded deck. You
think with like a
maybe like
it is a single Grass energy, but you also have to like it's like with the stadium Burbank and Hypnotoxics and Sevipers. But I don't know. It's a stage 2, and it seems very convoluted to get it out. So moving on.
Fisherman, that's what we don't have.
No, we're talking about Sun Moon on.
I know, but oh, that Fisherman came out in the next set, this recent set.
Wasn't it in
No, Judge is coming out.
That's what it is. Judge doesn't even have a full art.
Yeah, but it also isn't even out yet.
We're getting the reprint.
We are getting the reprint, yeah, but I'm talking about cards that are currently out. Like anything from our previous sets, and what doesn't have a full art yet. Because apparently they're giving like every supporter a full art. I don't know what the deal is. We even have a lady full art in this set. Freaking lady.
Who's lady again?
It's the card is called Lady. Art. Well, if you I don't count prisms. But eventually down the road we'll get like a box that has hyper rare prism cards.
Oh boy. Oh boy, that's gonna be interesting.
Alright, so they also really like Go-Go, and this Go-Go is bad. There's just a bunch of bad cards in this set. Whatever. Growth is attach your Grass energy from your hand to this Pokemon, so that's pretty cool. Double Edge is 120 damage and recoil. Alright. Oh boy, so here's something I'm interested in, right? Because we have a bunch of Ultra Beast Ultra Beast support in the next set. We have Pheromosa with that knee game. An Ultra Beast non-GX Pokemon.
Never skip leg day.
Pretty much. White Ray for Grass colorless. If you have 1 prize card remaining, this attack does 90 more damage. So if you're losing, you hit for 180. That's pretty dope.
That's so risky though.
And I wish it was like just a Grass energy though. It feels like one of those cards that wouldn't even be a big deal if it was a single Grass energy. So having a Grass colorless instead of like a Grass DC.
Yeah, but you could probably like.
I mean, you have
fix that in with Venusaur.
And you have B-String as well. But then again, you're relying on your opponent to work. I don't know. It's cool. I mean, you can hit for 180 for 3 energy, and it's a non-GX. 2 energy if you have Venusaur on the board. It's not horrible.
It knocks out Zoroark with Choice Band.
Oh, here's a good card. You know what, John? You can read it. I need you to read the card.
Okay. You want me to read the first one, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Limbo. Search your deck for up to 2 basic energy cards, and attach them to your Pokemon any way you like. Then shuffle your deck.
Yep. So it's pretty cool. It's a free attack by Alolan Marowak. So you can just accelerate your Pokemon for free. Any 2 basic energy cards. There's a lot of energy acceleration as of late. Like a lot of it. So that makes me think we're not getting any more draw supporters
Well, I mean,
the next set.
We're also losing Max Elixir in this upcoming rotation, so it's kind of good in a way.
Yeah, and then it has another attack, which is actually pretty interesting.
Okay, so Alola Circle does 20 damage times the number of Pokemon you have in play with Alola in it, or in its name.
A lot of people have come up to me and be like, dude, you want to play Alola Ninetales Marowak, Alola Marowak? Accelerate those energies, hit those metal type Pokemon for weakness, because it's a DCE, right? So, I mean, theoretically, it covers it if you play on a Alolan deck. Is there any other like Alolan decks?
Dugtrio.
We still got a Dugtrio.
You right. The tech. Attach those energies from the deck to your Duggies for no reason.
I mean, there's also Sandshrew, right? Or saying it right? Sandslash. Yeah.
I don't know. Is there anything like interesting or that was or used to be meta or could be meta? I can't think of anything. Like the Ninetales is the only one that comes to mind. That's because I'm a fan.
I mean, oh wait, never mind. I was gonna say Raichu, but I don't think we have a Alolan Raichu yet.
Yeah, we do have a Alolan Raichu.
Well, I mean, I was thinking the GX. Yeah,
nothing too good. I don't know, that's why this is definitely a binder keeper. I think it seems like it'll be really good if we ever get like a really good Alolan Pokemon. All right, Steven, you want to go over the Fennekin line?
Yeah,
it's really good.
Boy, look at that artwork though.
Nothing close, buddy.
All right, so what we have? All right, we got Fennekin, which does 1 fire energy, does 30 damage. Just got an energy attached to this Pokemon, which is kind of basic. Which basically what every other basic Pokemon
it's like what they're doing, and they're giving us the old artwork for the cards.
It looks good though. I like that.
I love it. It's so surreal though, because the fire looks like an actual picture of fire, and then there's like a little orange fox. You want to scoot that chair forward so you can sit down, buddy?
No.
Are you comfortable? He's gonna. He doesn't want to be gay.
John, give me your face.
No.
He doesn't want to be homosexual. He's trying his best to sit away from us, right? He's like, I'm a man's man. There we go, Steven. Then we have the new Fennekin, which is
Oh, so that is 2 basics. Oh, nice.
They do this all the time. I don't like this artwork, man.
Well, it's because this one has. You know what? This was the only 70 Fennekin.
It is, but it looks too much like they gave it like I'm a little pupper look, but Fennekin does not fit the I'm a little pupper look.
I'm a fox.
He's a fox, and then all it is just a
fire.
Fire does 10, and then another fire colorless does 20.
We have Breaksin. I love this art for Breaksin.
In Breaksin, we got that evolves from Fennekin, which I don't know why I would have it.
God, you're really good at this thing.
I'm great at it. 1 fire energy does 20 damage, but then there's also the flamethrower. Just does 80 discard an energy from this card.
This is like Lord of the Rings artwork on this Delphox.
That reminds me of Magic.
It's super dope. There you go. Yeah, right. That's magic. It's like a magic artwork, man. It's really cool. I actually like it.
Oh, this can actually fair. Okay, so its ability is before you attack, you can leave your opponent's Pokemon burn, which can be very well rotated in with Infernape.
Yeah.
Even though it is two stage 2.
The really good Delphox Infernape deck.
Delphox Infernape.
You know what you do? You don't play energies, right? All you do is play Delphox and Infernape, burn them with this,
and then you
have
put
the
Raichu
damage.
And you put Raichu Stall in there. Because you can.
Evo Shock? You're right. Evo Shock.
But let's just put everything in here. Let's put Dugtrio in.
And then the Heligo Survivor. Yeah. The Heligo Survivors.
Boom, there we go.
One of these, one Heligo on the bench, 2 Survivors, and Evo Shock Raichu.
You just don't even play any trainers. That's all you play. You just play
Pokemon. Pokemon energy.
All right, guys.
Next meta ideas.
Next deck on the channel. Anyways, I made Steven read that just so that he could scooch closer. And it was really bad, so it was really funny. But you like Lysander, right? So here's a cool card. It goes with your Lysander Labs.
Pyroar! It's a fire lion.
I love the artwork. I just love Lysander. Even though Lysander is just a big Dorito.
Well, it's probably because they also did the same artwork with Pyroar. Did the same thing with Garchomp, as they put Cynthia in the back.
Except he's not as cool as Cynthia. So what do you think about Pyroar, Steven? You're the Pyro man.
Pyroar could be interesting. Your opponent plays an item card or supporter, prevent all effects of that card. Okay, so it's basically kind of like a Stage 1
Groudon,
yeah.
I
No, not even Groudon, excuse me. Oh, Groudon too, because it has the primal.
Groudon,
yeah, anything that has like that old primal ability from X and Y.
So I was reading somebody mentioned this to me the other day.
You read
it was
somebody?
Like, I know, right? It was somebody was mentioning to me about this. It was like a new form of lock using Pyroar, where like you make your, I forget what it was. I think it's like paralysis or something. Oh yeah, it was like Evo Shock Raichu, right? But then you have this Pyro on the bench, so your opponent can never Guzma you, so they can never leave the active, so you just paralyze them every turn, and all you have on your bench is this other Pyroar. So if they can never use Guzma to switch, then they're constantly locked. So that was something I was interested in. And then I realized you can't do that. I mean, you can't continuously do that if you don't have another Pikachu on your bench.
You just got full.
So you can do it every other turn. Congratulations. So it's interesting. I know there's some really cool lock ideas. Just the ability to not be Guzma is really powerful in its own right. Its attack is interesting. We'll talk about Lysander's Lab later, but it does 80 damage and 60 more damage if you have Lysander's Lab in play. Lysander's Lab does prevent the ability of using tools, so you can't increase that damage output by Choice Band with Choice Band. So you're just stuck using 104 damage, which is unfortunate because you don't knock out Lele's. Because if you could use Choice Bands, you could knock out Lele's. So that's unfortunate.
Very unfortunate.
So yeah, because Lysander's Lab is a bad card. But we're gonna go over
for the meta.
Yep, Lysander's Lab was bad. You heard it from Steven, guys.
Not even Lysander's. I'm talking about the Pyroar. You made me sound like it was gonna be so good. And
Alright, we're gonna talk about Froakie here because I like Greninja, kind of, but not really. We have Froakie here, 50 HP, so it's already bad. But if it has a Water Energy, its retreat cost is 0. And
Free retreat.
Apparently, it's still bad. In fact, this is 70 HP, but it doesn't have Bubble, so it's bad as well. Bubble is just the best Froakie out there. But post rotation, you got your 70 HP Froakies right here, buddies. It's all good. But now, welcome to the return of bats. We got Frogadier here. What was it? When you evolve into this Pokemon, you may put 2 damage counters on one of your opponent's Pokemon. And then we have Greninja here. 230 HP. Oh boy, it's like Gardevoir. Let's see if it's as good. Wind Shuriken. When you play this Pokemon from your hand to evolve one of your Pokemon, during your turn you may put 3 damage counters on one of your opponent's Pokemon. So it's just like Golbat, Crobat from the old set. But unfortunately, they don't have free retreat. And for Steven's playing with cards, so it's going to be really annoying in the microphone, but you can ignore that, guys.
What?
Stop playing with your cards.
Dude, it's whatever. Whenever we do TCG ASMR, you can start doing that.
Can't wait.
Its attacks are Haze Slash, that's 110, and you may shuffle this Pokemon, all cards attached to it into your deck. It's for a water DCE, so it's not great.
Well, plus other than that, it is a stage 2. So.
Yeah, so you're shuffling the whole line back, which is cool because you can keep cycling the abilities. And I guess theoretically, you could constantly cycle this if you keep evolving, Aqua Patching, DCE attaching. Like you could just cycle a bunch of these Greninjas, but
I mean, like there's only that's a lot of cards,
and you're not doing enough damage to like. But you keep your DCEs, right? Because you put them back into your deck. They can never be like E-hammered, right? You just attach right before you attack your DCE. You put your Choice Band, and those never get Field Glory or E-hammered. Yeah. So it's an interesting idea because we have Aqua Patch, and like I guess you can increase damage. I'm more interested in the fact that you could play this deck. Like you could play a 3/3/3 line of this Greninja, the Greninja line, and then you could play a 1/1 line of Greninja Break, and just Shadow Stitch every turn while evolving all your Pokemon on your bench, and then De-Evolution spraying and like Giant Water Shuriken, and you only have like a 1-of, but you keep using Shadow Stitch. I think it's gonna be really interesting. Maybe you have like a 2 split of the Greninja GXs and the regular Greninjas, and then you play like 2 Greninja breaks, and you see how well that goes. It's just the only thing that bothers me about it is that like there's a huge jump in HP. So if you De-Evolution spray, if you have 90 damage on you, this Froakie just gets knocked out, and you have 230 HP, so it's really awkward. But overall, its GX attack is interesting as well. The attack does 130 damage to one of your opponent's bench Pokemon. So there you go. It's a double Giant Water Shuriken plus 10.
Oh boy.
So Greninja, what do you guys think?
Hey, I feel like after post rotation, no one's gonna be playing it. Unless it's expanded.
You don't think it's gonna be Do we have De-Evolution? We have De-Evolution spray in standard, right? I mean, like in Sun Moon sets.
We got it in, I believe,
base
evolutions, didn't we?
Yeah,
I know we have one in evolutions, but like Sun and Moon, I think we have one. I might be wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure we have one. I mean, there's the obvious Lando Bats becomes Buzzwole Frogs statement that people like. I mean, I don't know. I'm not the biggest fan of it. The only reason why I don't like it is because you don't have free retreat. In my current opinion, you have the 2 retreat costs, which is actually insane. Because you can't even use a skateboard now. In my current opinion, like when a deck, like is the meta in a good place? Do you think the meta will be in a good place for Lando Bats or Frogs, Buzz Frogs? Swole Frogs.
Maybe, but I feel like just depending on like certain decks, because I know there's like certain Pokemon where it's like, oh well, if this is on the bench, there's no damage. It's like those are limited decks.
I think it's interesting. I know it's tough because we have all these like low HP basics that evolve, but at the same time you can't exactly evolve into these turn 1, so you're not getting that boosted damage to take knockouts easily with Jet Punch. I don't know. I feel like it's in a weird meta, and just not having Freer Tree is really bad. I don't know. This is options though. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Okay, we have Clawitzer. This is really cool. I think it's interesting. Standby during your next turn. Your Sharpshooter does 120 damage, and Sharpshooter does 40 damage to one of your opponent's opponent's Pokemon. So you can snipe the bench for 120 every other turn, which is hilarious to me.
Oh boy, it's next Greninja, right?
Oh yeah. It's not all these Clawiters are really interesting, but they take too long. Like having 2 turns to do that sucks. I'll just play Tapu Fini. I'll be happy with that. I have Aquapatch. Aurorus. I heard Aurorus is cool. So once again, more fossils evolving from unidentified fossil. I think it's cool that all these fossil Pokemon evolve from the same fossil. So I guess you could take advantage of that. We have a bunch of fossil sport in this set as well. 160 HP. Frostwall. You prevent all damage done to this Pokemon by your opponent's evolved Pokemon. Oh, is that what people are freaking out about? Is that it? And you have Blizzard Burn. Same thing as freaking Ninetales, but 10 less damage.
You mean
And 4 energy too.
Lapras?
And 4 energy. Yeah. Oh, Lapras. Is it Lapras?
Mm-hmm.
I believe so.
No, I thought. Oh, yeah, that's what.
Yeah,
it is.
Zipper and
Right.
Lapras, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe I don't know. I don't care. I mean, it's just the same attack as Glaceon EX was, but nobody plays Glaceon EX for a reason. So, and that's a basic. So this is bad. We're gonna move on. All right. Is there anything interesting you guys want to talk about? You want to talk about Avalugg and Volcanion Prism Star, John?
Sure.
There you go, buddy.
So, Avalugg.
I heard Avalugg's cool, actually.
Okay, so Ground Freeze. 80 damage. Your opponent can't play stadium cards from their hand during their next turn. I mean...
It's 8 damage. It's whatever. It's not good enough. If it was like items and stadiums and just have an item lock.
Yeah, it'll be like...
Well. That'd be actually super rad. An 80 damage item lock? Never mind, I'm done. Volcanion Prism. This is our first Prism card. It's the first Volcanion artwork I actually like. Go ahead, John.
It's canon.
It's canon. Welcome to the lore of Aurabomb.
Hey. So, yeah, the ability is Jet Geyser. Once during your turn, before you attack, you may discard 1 water energy from your hand. And if you do, your opponent switches their active Pokemon with one of their bench. So,
Hey, so what do you guys think? What do you guys think? I feel like I'm giving this card too much crap. I feel like it's actually decent. You have a combination of being able to put water energies in the discard pile and also force your opponent to switch, which is good in general because of Aquapatch. So maybe I'm giving this card too much crap. I think it's a decent tech in any water deck. I'm gonna play this with my Silvally deck. I'm gonna put my water energies in the discard pile, then I can energy accelerate them with my Silvally. That's the tech.
you could probably see some play. I could probably see it in some decks.
If you play like parallel with this, and your opponent only has 3 very important bench Pokemon, it could be useful.
It could. We're still gonna have parallel, right?
Oh, you can pair it with Cyrus, and then your opponent like is forced to switch into one of their 2 remaining bench Pokemon. Oh, we don't know. Parallel is going to probably rotate, assuming we lose all of XY. We're going off the assumption that we're losing all of XY, I guess. But we don't know. We don't have any confirmation yet. I feel like there's a lot of situations where your opponent does not want to switch in the card game. Like I can think of multiple situations where your opponent does not want to switch into one of their bench.
Well,
Pokemon.
we're also going to be losing Floatstone. If we're assuming that we're losing all of X and Y, we're losing Floatstone, and the only way we're going to retreat kind of is to go be through Skateboard.
And Guzma.
Yeah, and
so
Guzma.
like,
so it's like.
I feel like Volcanion's got some play in it. I feel like there's definite possibilities to make Volcanion work. So I would say get yourself your Volcanion Prism. Test in your water decks, see if it works in your water decks, see if your opponent, because it all depends on like decks, right? Against Zoroark, it could be annoying because all you're doing is force them to switch into a different Zoroark. But if they're damaged, because like a lot of the time your Pokemon leaves their active Pokemon that you know that's not going to die on the active, so then you force them to switch into one that is going to be knocked out, and then there you go, 2 free prizes because you got the Mimi Volcanion Prism Star on your bench. So Volcanion's cool if you play water. I just like the ability to accelerate energies with Aquapatch. And we have Sonobomb, you can go over that.
Oh yeah, so Sonobombs, 100 damage, its attack does 20 damage to each of your opponent's bench Pokemon, so...
It's a knockout on water weak ones, I guess.
Yeah.
3 water's not great, but whatever.
I mean, Aqua Patch is a thing, so.
Yeah, exactly. And you get Max Elixir onto it. So that's pretty cool.
We do lose Max Elixir though.
Yeah, but we don't lose it for a couple months. We got time.
Yeah, you can mess around with it.
Heliolux, it can paralyze if you flip.
Oh boy.
That's actually cool for a DC, like a 3 energy attack Pokemon that can paralyze with flip with a Victini. That could be fun.
You can potentially 2-shot with a choice too.
Oh yeah, it does a
Yes,
massive
yes.
80 damage as well. So you can take knockouts while potentially paralyzing if you don't take the knockout. 110 with choice band. That's actually interesting. I like that. We'll see how good that is. Because when you play electric, you can always play cards like Xurkitree, and you could really just lock your opponent down in a lot of different decks.
Oh boy, even more stall.
Yay! John's favorite. More psychic Pokemon. Look at this. Evolves from creepy cat from heck.
I mean,
shout out to Pokebeach. Shout out to Pokebeach.
How is that creepy though? Look at it. Look at that artwork. It's so adorable.
That's creepy.
I think it's adorable.
I think its eyes are what makes it creepy, bro. You want a cat to look at you like that all the time? Emotionless, blank.
Do anyways.
I heard Steven likes Aegislash. You want to talk about this line, Steven?
Aegislash. It's pretty cool. Could be better. Let me.
Moving on. You can talk about all these cool psychic types.
This Pokemon in your active Pokemon is knocked out. Put 3 damage counters on one of your opponent's Pokemon. But you can kind of see a little bit of a play, especially if you're in the draft, considering how like I don't see like a big too big meta
cool.
of it.
It's one of your opponent's Pokemon.
Exactly. So it's like you don't have to hit the main, so you can hit the benches.
That's hilarious. Imagine like your opponent's about to be knocked out, and then you force them to knock out Honedge. That's really funny, actually.
Oh, absolutely.
It's like a bursting boon, but it spatters. The splattered bursting boon.
And then Double Blade, which puts 3 damage counters for a Psychic on each of your opponent's Pokemon with a Poke Tool attached to it. So this can kind of hurt Garbodor in a way, like, especially considering how Garbodor always wants to have an item lock. I can see it kind of being a little bit big of a heavy meta, considering also is that it you put 3 damage counters on your opponent's Pokemon. So in a Zoroark heavy line, I feel like, yes, even though you do have a weakness, I feel like those extra 3 damage counters are going to be helpful.
It's interesting, but your opponent can just not play tools. Against Garbodor, it's good, but against any other deck, it's just like, man.
Yeah.
It's like, what are you going to do? Attach Choice Band and knock out Aegislash, the non-GX? Anyways, Aegislash. Aegislash is dope.
If the defending Pokemon is damaged by an attack during your next turn, it is knocked out.
So what's interesting about that is that you can actually switch out and attack with a different Pokemon if you want to.
Exactly, so that's the other thing, is like in a Guzma heavy meta.
No, it doesn't work that way.
It does.
You can't Guzma your opponent because the defending Pokemon's gone at that point.
Exactly. So I'm saying, like, after you play this, if the defending Pokemon is damaged by an attack during your next turn.
Yeah, if you Guzma the defending Pokemon,
that's it. You're done.
No, you're misunderstanding.
No, you're misunderstanding. What I'm saying is that in a Guzma heavy format, it's not very good.
Oh, I see. I thought you were saying it is good.
No.
You can Guzma them up and then you
No.
I think it's interesting because of that.
Oh, it'll be interesting, especially in the draft, but I'm saying, like...
Dude, imagine jet punching. Like, just record of death into a jet punch.
Next meta.
Switching them out. It's fine. It's a cool... It's weak to dark, which is not great. Dude, it's... All weaknesses suck now except for electric.
Always.
Yeah. But now we have Malamar. You can talk about this, Steven.
Malamar
I'm the fanboy. But
it's going to be the big buddy. Move your hand real quick.
Oh, this puts things to sleep. NK puts things to sleep. Look at NK. Alright, go ahead, Steven.
You can touch a psychic energy from your discard pile to one of your benched Pokemon. This is considered being very, very good. When it goes down into your new fanboy Nihilego. That you're so obsessed with.
It's not. It's Ultra Necrozma.
Ultra Necrozma. That you're so obsessed with.
I'm so excited, bro. I like Ray Eagles. I like playing Ray Eagles in Legacy, and I can't wait to play like Super Ray Eagles.
And like this can also be used when it's like if you're a little bit more into like a stall game and like all of your psychic, like if you're playing like Necrozma GX,
yeah,
it
beats
can
stall.
help fuel Necrozma.
It beats stall, and anything that can beat stall is up John's alley.
Yee. Stall sucks. Don't play it.
Alright. Dragalge. If your opponent's active Pokemon is damaged by opponent's attack, the attacking Pokemon is now poisoned. If the Pokemon is your active Pokemon. If this Pokemon is, I guess, wants to say. So it's a permanent poison barb. That's cool, I guess. Where's Kevin? I was just thinking about it. Poison Bar reminded me of Kevin. What happened to Kevin? I haven't seen him around.
He has a baby.
I know he has a baby, but like you think he has time for Pokemon, right?
No.
Just gave birth to a kid and all the
Yeah, forget the baby. You got all about Pokemon.
This boy's got a heavy bone. Moving on. I think it's actually it's super cool that we have this card actually, because if you play with a lone Marowak, now you have a Pokemon that does 40 damage for a DCE, which is really cool because it's a fighting type. So that means you're hitting like 70 with a DCE. You can hit for weakness against Zoroark is what I'm trying to say. And that's super dope that you can attack a DCE onto a freaking Cubone and hit them for weakness. That's hilarious to me.
Hey, that's good.
Alright. Ooh, Barbarical. Here you go, John. You're gonna like this card.
Okay.
What are you showing me, Steve?
So...
Cupcakes.
Cupcakes.
Okay, so what was it? 7 shock, 30 damage. If you have 7 cards in your hand, your opponent's active Pokemon is now paralyzed. Oh, that's pretty interesting.
We got a Paralock, bro. We got like a potential permanent Paralock. All you gotta do is figure out how you can put 7 cards in your hand. You know, Zoroark.
You're right.
You can actually like, can't you like always do it if you have Zoroark in play? Like if you have 4 Zoroarks in play and this in the active, you can constantly paralyze.
Possibly.
I don't think that's how it works. I think I'm mathing wrong. Because you draw like, you can draw a maximum of 4 extra cards that way. With Zoroark, assuming that you have a 0 card hand, right? You top deck, you discard 1, draw 2. Discard 1, draw 2, that's 3. Discard 1, draw 2, that's 5. 3, it's 4. Yeah, so you can get a maximum of 5 cards if you have like a bunch of Zoroarks. So it's not exactly, you know, easy.
Yeah, but also in like a support heavy line, you should be fine.
All you gotta do is play Professor's Letters, exchange 1, draw 2. Just play a bunch of cards that plays 1 and gets 2 more cards in your hand. There it is. Barbarical next meta, guys. Strong energy Barbarical. Let's do it. It's time. And then we got Tyrantrum. Tyrantrum is cool as well. If you have same or fewer amount of Pokemon in play than your opponent's attack, does 60 more damage to your opponent's active Pokemon and takes 30 less damage from attacks. So it's like super good. Dude, this with Fight Alone Lucario, it's time. So you can do 160 damage for fighting colors, and then all your damage you take is 30 less. So you're like immune to Jet Punch. That's crazy. And you discard 1 energy from your opponent's active Pokemon. This might be the one. This might be the way. That's actually really cool. So if you just have this Tyrantrum on your bench, you can hit for 160 damage, take 30 less damage from attacks, and discard an energy from your opponent's active. That's really strong. That's really cool. I actually really like that. How are you gonna do it? It's pretty difficult because you're playing fossils and you're fighting 3 fighting energies. It's gonna be tough. But Tyrantrum, that's really cool. I like that. What do you guys think? What do you think, Steven?
I feel like it can have some potential.
You're pretty good.
I love like getting Steven because he's never paying attention. He's just on his phone. He's just like, yeah, Pokemon is fun.
Yeah, it's fun.
We got a bunch of Zygardes. You wanna read all the Zygardes, Steven?
The Zygardes.
All the Zygardes.
Oh, trash! No, I'm just kidding. The first one is
peak
don't apply
audio.
weakness or resistance for damage from this Pokemon. The damage or the applying weakness or resistance, that ability isn't really.
It doesn't matter.
I feel like it kind of matters, especially if hitting for 30 if you're.
Well, it does matter because you can't hit Zoroark for weakness now.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. It's like you can't hit it for weakness. However, but if they have an Ultra Beast in their play, it does 30 extra damage. So
it's bad.
I mean, it could be an anti-Ultra Beast.
It's bad. You're hitting for 60. It's bad.
Yeah,
it's bad.
90 with choice,
dude.
man.
110 with strong energy, bro. It's bad. Alright, Zygarde. Other Zygarde.
Which Zygarde? There's like 8 Zygardes for no reason.
You can talk about the fighting types. You can talk about the fighting types.
Never. There's the DCE, which is kind of good. 20 damage if you land a heads. Your opponent's active one is now paralyzed, so it's more of like
it's better Heliolisk.
Yeah, it's a better Heliolisk.
That's cool. All right,
but Heliolisk
screw the Heliolisk. We're hitting for Zygarde.
And
yeah, but this
is also
basic.
max elixir target, so this could also be good. So the second attack, which is the fighting, 60 Calm Strike, 60 extra damage if you have not used a GX move this game.
You have used
attack.
GX.
Have? Okay.
Yeah.
Didn't read it. So it's a good based 120, maybe 150 with a choice band. Instant knockouts on the Zoroark, so that is pretty good.
I like that actually. I think it's good for that reason, is that you can attack Zoroark. It pairs really well with this Zygarde. Big boy over here.
And that big boy just has a lot of things.
This is admire the artwork here. He looks like a Gundam. Looks like a Gundam mixed with Power Rangers. That's what he looks like to me. Like he's so cool. Like look at that. He's got like a face down here.
I think that's the whole point, though.
It's
isn't it?
so dope.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It looks. I don't know. 6th gen and 7th gen are weird. A lot of Pokemon that just don't look like Pokemon. Like, look at this. How are you gonna take this seriously? And they like when you look at this, do you think Pokemon? Like if you were to pass this to like a non-Pokemon fan and show them the image of this Zygarde, would you say they would guess Pokemon first?
To be honest, I think they would say Digimon.
Yeah, exactly. It's something like that. It's got like a face. Pokemon don't have faces. It's got like a look at that. It's so cool. I love it. Anyways, you can talk about it now, Steven.
The only really good potential attack here is definitely going to be its GX attack. However, the first attack is kind of interesting. It's kind of like the carving for a DCE where you attach 2 fighting energies. You can target your special energies as well.
You can't. No.
Yes, you can.
No, 2 fighting energies.
Yeah, 2 fighting energies. It doesn't state basic or not.
Attach 2 fighting energies. I don't think that's how it works, bro.
Well, maybe.
Because I don't think in the discard file they count as fighting energies.
Yeah,
I'm almost pretty sure that's how it works. Yeah.
I think Strong is only counted as fighting once it's attached to a fighting Pokemon, isn't it?
Yeah, Carbink and Garchomp are attach energy to your fighting Pokemon or to your Pokemon. They say energy, they don't say fighting. I mean, if we're wrong, let us know in the comments, but I'm pretty sure that's how that works.
And then the GX move, which is everyone's hype, is during your opponent's next turn. This Pokemon takes no damage from the attacks of your opponent's GX and EX. It can be counterversed with anything with basics, kind of like the Zoroark from Breakthrough, or the Ninetales from the promo, or the Ninetales from the starter sets, and I forgot which set that's from.
It was a Guardians Rising?
Guardians Rising, Ninetales, yeah.
Yeah, the Safeguard Pokemon.
Mm-hmm.
It's interesting, though, because like we said earlier, we do have the other Zygarde that can literally just do the same thing and deal with them. And Land's Wrath, like in you're fighting, once you're fighting against those other decks, a lot of these Pokemon don't have more than 130 HP. The only one that comes to mind is really Greninja, and that is whenever it evolves into a break. But like having the ability to hit for 130 for fighting DCE, which it charges itself up, and then Judgment EX being able to make yourself immune constantly while hitting for 180 with a Choice Band. It's not seem bad. Also, you're a fighting type, and being a fighting type is good.
Yeah.
I think it sucks is that you're weak to grass, so Ghost Plasma doesn't bother you if you're not spamming your GX attack.
Absolutely.
Also, we said spamming, and we have reasons for saying that.
And then
Dancing Prism.
And then Dancing Prism, which is everyone's hype, which is basically a better version of Regirock. However, you can only have 1. Because instead, you actually do 20 more damage.
I can't do that. I can't do the tongue click that he did. Let's not do this. Wakanda people.
And then it's the attack is the other one, which does 90 damage. It heals 30 damage from each of your bench Pokemon, which could be potentially good.
Again, just being able to knock out Zoroark with the Choice Band.
Being able to knock out Zoroark with the Choice Band, and if you go up against that Buzzball match, you can just keep.
Do you need Choice Band? No, you don't even need Choice Band because you're increasing your own damage output. Because you hit for 110 if you have.
No, it says if this Pokemon is on your bench.
Oh yeah, you're. Oh, that's annoying. I guess it's cool. I mean, it's not. I guess it's a really good card. It's just free boost. It's double Regirock on your bench, but you're a basic, so you don't even have to worry about being a target. So that's pretty dope. What are some good fighting Pokemon besides Buzzwole? I mean, there's Zygarde here. So
Buzzwole.
I guess you can hit for 170 if you have this Diancie on the bench and knock out Lele's with your GX. You can hit for 180 if you have a Choice Band and the thing on your bench if you with the first attack. So.
Wouldn't Garchomp, but well, then we also.
I mean, if you play the fighting Garchomp, you are hitting for what, 120. Because we have the fighting Garchomp, the fighting Garchomp, the Royal Blades fighting version is coming out, and so we'll talk about it in a second. But what you hit, Choice Band is 150, Strong Energy is 170. So I guess you could like implement more Guzmas.
No, it would be 150.
No, I'm saying with Choice Band. So this Choice Band, Strong Energy,
it would be 150. Oh, with Strong Energy, yes.
Yeah. So you could hit 170 and knock out Lele's. So you could probably implement more Guzma plays into your game, which is good. Because every turn you cannot play Cynthia and still get a knockout is always nice with Garchomp. There's some possibilities with it. I don't think it's really worth playing in the Garchomp deck list, just because bench space is an issue and you don't really need that extra 20 damage unless you have those very particular certain circumstances, which you can pull off because you have the Lucario's godlike ability. Yeah. But
oh wait, couldn't you play it in was it the Tyranitar or whatever?
Oh yeah, you want to play Tyranitar and hit 180? So that you don't need to play Choice Bands?
Yeah.
Oh, dude. Tyrantra's new meta, bro. Alright, we're building Tyrantrum on the channel. That's what's going to happen right now.
Fossil's next best deck.
Dude, it's time. It's time.
Absolutely.
It's time. Also, we have a 70 HP Rockruff. It's time, everyone. We finally got it. Lycanroc decks all day. And then we have this Lycanroc, which doesn't matter. But Lycanroc... Actually, this Lycanroc does matter because we now have another Pokemon that isn't... Like, we had to play that other Lycanroc that was bad. I think it was like if you hit an
What,
evolution
crunch?
Pokemon, if it was like if you hit an evolution Pokemon, you do extra damage.
Yeah.
I guess this one is equally as bad though.
I mean, it's interesting. Like that. Yeah, this attack does 20 more damage for each of your opponent's bench Pokemon.
Yeah, but I'm trying to think of it like because they only played it for Shining Hoopa, right? So they have to have 2 other bench Pokemon on top of the Shining Hoopa to take a knockout. I guess if you play Strong Energies, that's not the case, but it's very unlikely. So I don't know. I think Yellow Lycanroc's still better because it has a base 60 damage move. All right. Steven was a huge proprietor to Yveltal GX, so Steven, you can talk about Yveltal.
Yveltal is so
He was telling me, guys, the other day that he thinks Yveltal is his new favorite card.
Yeah, you're gonna play it in Decidueye, because it's great.
You got Death Count GX, bro.
Yeah, Death Count GX, if you have 4, exactly 4. Very limited, because nothing else in the meta hits for even damage counters.
Except for that one.
So we have Tapu
Decidueye.
Koko promo, and we have Decidueye that you can pair
Tapu
with.
Koko and Decidueye.
And
so.
then you can take 1 knockout with your GX attack, and that's it. We can't cycle this GX attack. Absorb Life is interesting, I
Here's
guess.
20 for the... I mean, it can be kind of paired. I mean, if you play it with... It's kind of issue, because if
Here's what
you
you
have
do,
the
right?
choice band on it, then yeah, you got it. But I mean...
Here's what you do. Super Potion, discard your 1 energy to heal for full. Or better yet, why'd I say that when you can play Max Potion and then reattach?
Yeah, why'd you say
Never
Super
mind.
Potion? There's
Never
no
mind.
Super Potion.
There's a super... there is an Evolutions. Yeah, Max Potion. It doesn't matter, it's a single energy attack. So, overall, this card's pretty bad. I guess for 3 DCs, you have 100 damage base attack. But like, there's still nothing that makes this better than Zoroark if you're looking for a dark attacker. So moving on, Guzzlord, Guzzingtons. I'm pretty excited for Guzzington.
Even though he hates the Guzzlords.
I do that. Whatever. Don't talk to me about Guzzlords. But this Guzzlord's cool. 160 HP basic, non-GX Ultra Beast Pokemon, and it can hit for 160 damage for 4 Dark Energies. Now we do have Beast Ring, we have Max Elixir, we have Turbo Dark, and being able to hit 160, 190 with Choice Band is actually not bad at all. If you have 6, 4, or 2 prize cards remaining, discard the top 10 cards of your deck. I just like the idea. I like the idea of like what happens if you take a knockout but deck yourself out at the same time. Like you take a knockout for a game, but then you deck yourself out at the same time. Is it
I
a
think
tie?
it's no.
Or-
It goes into
Well, technically, if you
No.
deck yourself out, it doesn't matter because your opponent can't draw. So yeah, it doesn't matter.
no, exactly. So like, if you were to win the prize cards, if you decked yourself out,
In the
your
process.
opponent would still have to.
Draw.
Your opponent would still have to draw.
Oh no, you would have to draw.
No, so like if you were taking your last prize card and you decked yourself out, you would potentially win because you get the prize card because you don't have to draw the card
Yeah.
next turn.
Yeah, that's what it is. I forgot about that. But yeah, that's pretty cool. I mean, if for 4 Dark Energies, it's not bad. It's not nearly as bad as like the
It could
other
be Dark
Guzzlord.
Patch potential.
Yeah,
Dude, that's actually really cool for expanded. Actually, he's like hitting
Dark Rice
190
coming
is so
back.
good.
Darkrai is coming back.
You just play Kukui, Turbo Dark Kukui, Darkrai. You can Ninja Boy your Darkrai Prism into this. Max looks for a manual attach. Dark Patches, get it. All right, so this is actually really interesting. And since who's a Zoroark boy in this? Are you a Zoroark boy?
I guess.
All right, you're a Zoroark
sure.
boy. Talk about the floor just line.
Yeah, which one?
It's got 30 HP. Just all of it.
Oh, that's really low. Okay, this Pokemon can evolve the turn it is played if it's the first turn of the player going second.
So once again,
Oh yeah.
excuse me. Once again, you can evolve right away if you go second. Whatever. I guess it's better. Well, then again, this Flabébé has 40 HP. That's funny. Anyways, yeah, Flabébé. This one has 4 HP. You keep reading. Keep going.
Okay.
Read them all. Read them all.
So, Secret Blessing. Choose 3 in any combination of Pokemon and basic energy cards from your discard. Reveal them, shuffle them into your deck.
Oh,
Wait,
it's
I
an
guess
attack that's a super rod. That's interesting.
it's like a even bigger Super Rod, essentially.
No, it's the same thing.
Oh, is it called? Oh, never
It's
mind. My
3.
bad. I thought it was like 3 basic and 3 Pokemon for some reason.
This one is Escape Rope. They're all item attacks. 70 HP, and it's whatever. And here's the one that matters. Floor just is cool.
Okay, ability Wonder Gift. Once during your turn, before you attack, you may flip a coin. If heads, put an item card in from your discard pile top of your deck. Oh,
Yeah.
that's interesting.
Yeah.
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 You can cover your double puzzles.
Yeah. You can just keep playing puzzle over and over again. So if you have like 2 Florgesses, you can just play puzzle. Then again, why would you play puzzle when you can just put the cards back, I guess? But it's only items, so technically you want to get anything else, you can play with puzzle. So if you want to get DCs back, you could put 2 puzzles back using your 2 fortresses, draw them both as Zygarde, or Zoroark, I mean, and then get your DCs back with puzzles. I think it's cool. Like, you just get, now it's just one of those things where, like, Zoroark is broken because you can get everything in your game. You can just literally get, hey, you want to look through your discard pile at any given time? Zoroark's a problem, man. Zoroark's a problem.
I mean, the thing is, this is a stage 2.
It's not easy. I'm not saying it's like the easiest strategy ever. I just think it's hilarious. You can just get any card that you want from your discard pile and then draw them right away with Zoroark. That's great. But yeah, Fortress is cool. We also have Sylveon. This is great. Sylveon, once again, you can use it with EV, but it has a colorless attack, Wink. Your opponent reveals their hand. You may discard a supporter card you find there. If you do, use the effect of that supporter card as this attack.
You can do Bridget turns.
You can discard their Bridget. You can discard their Sycamore. If they have a 1-card hand and it's a Sycamore, not only do you get to discard their Sycamore, but you get to also use a Sycamore at the end of your turn.
Oh no!
You can double Sycamore for the turn. That's hilarious.
Imagine this in like a Sylveon deck.
Oh my god!
Dear God,
dude, that's actually great.
God.
Oh, you got full bow.
Unprofessional.
How dare you?
All right. So I think it's really cool. It's one of those things where you have to be careful because you're forced to use a supporter you find there. So if you're about to deck out and you find a Sycamore, well then GG.
Well, I feel like that's something you would do like early game or something, early mid game maybe.
Yeah, probably. I think it's interesting. I think this is a one of in every Sylveon deck because it's such a good attack if you're set up.
Oh, wait, the wording on it says you may though, so I guess
if you do use you may you may discard.
Yeah, so you have a choice.
You can choose and not discard their supporter. That's interesting.
So it's better than Smeargle.
It's better than Smeargle, yeah.
But Smeargle also wasn't using the attack.
It was ability, wasn't it?
It was ability,
yeah. Or Poke Power.
Very old stuff.
We got the Nene here. Search your Pokemon, put in your hand, select exchange, attack 30 if you like, whatever. Does it have Nuzzle? Oh, it doesn't have Nuzzle. I hate you so much, Steve. Good. Klefki's lame. Xerneas. Alright, Xerneas is lame. Run through. 20 damage, takes 20 damage to one of your opponent's bench Pokemon. So it's a weaker Jet Punch. Aurora Horn. Why is it a weaker Jet Punch? Why can they could have just made it like a Fairy Energy and then made it a Jet Punch. Well, they have to make it a weak, whatever.
No, so you can use it with any deck.
You're right. You can add this to your Buzzwole deck, and now you have a Fairy type Jet Punch.
To hit all those Dragon Pokemons that are being played right now.
For 40. Aurora Horn does 120 damage, whatever. Sanctuary GX is actually really interesting. Move all damage counters from each of your Pokemon to your opponent's active Pokemon. So I guess you can fully heal all your Pokemon and then knock out your opponent's active at the same time.
I mean, it can counter basically Cocoa Spread and Anka Spread.
That's like, this is Cocoa Spread's worst nightmare.
Essentially.
You know, all those Cocoa Spread decks, and then all those Xerneas GX decks are gonna be popping up. Oh boy. Oh boy. Alright, what's new? We have Goodra. I heard this is bad. If this Pokemon is your active Pokemon, the attack cost of your opponent's Pokemon's attack is a colorless more. That's not bad. Gumi's cool. That's actually really cool. You can force your opponent to have to attach extra energies to attack. That's interesting. I know, Steven played Trevenant.
Absolutely.
And you like Trevenant. This is the same thing. Except it's a Gumi and has 40 HP and he's in the beach in the super realistic landscape. And he's just a little
That's
Gumi.
Weird. Wait, isn't there also a new tool or something that like lets you move special energy from like...
Oh yeah. There's an item acquirable.
So you can like kind of combine it with that.
Oh, that's crazy. That could be interesting, yeah. If another Gumi hit, it doesn't matter. 50 HP Dragon, whatever. It's the Goo. Lame. Goodra though, 160 HP. Fairy, water, colorless, they're still doing this triple energy crap. Whenever you touch a water energy from a Pokemon, energy from your hand to this Pokemon, heal 20 damage from it. There's not a lot of damage you're healing. And its attack, if we were healed that turn, does 80 more damage. I don't know, it seems like a lot of work.
Search for water, fairy, and colorless.
It's a hit for 160. And whatever, it's bad.
10% max potion players.
Yeah. Max potion. Then you have to attach all 3 of those energies again. Yay!
Time to wait like what, 4 turns?
Alright, so who wants the honor of talking about alternate Cosmos?
Don't you want?
You're the most hyped.
You're the one that's been talking about a lot.
So excited.
You're like,
look at it, guys. It's 190 HP Dragon type Necrozma. Look at it. So it's the first Ultra Beast that we have. By the way, it's an Ultra Beast. That's important.
Oh boy.
It's the first Ultra Beast that we have that is the first GX that we have that only has 2 things going on for it instead of like ability or 3 attacks or whatever. So that's interesting in its own right. But it only needs just one attack here. Photon Geyser, 20 damage. Discard all psychic energy attached to this Pokemon. This attack does 80 more damage for each card discarded this way. So with 2 discards, you're hitting for 180. Which I don't know if you guys noticed, but we were talking about Malamar up here. And Malamar can just, you know, accelerate these things on the bench. And we have, where'd it go? Here it is. We also have Lunala or Dawnwing's Lunala that can, you know, switch between the two with a float stone.
Even Necrozma, the Necrozma.
Oh, we have the Psychic type Necrozma as well that can abuse it. And it actually has a decent GX attack. This is actually a really cool Pokemon. So, like, being able to have all those things, you're Psychic Metal, you're never losing your Metal Energy, so you don't have to worry about discarding it, and you just constantly accelerate your Psychic energies. So it's pretty dope. Its GX attack is interesting, but I don't think it's very good. This attack only can be used if there are 6 or less total prize cards remaining in play. Play 6 damage counters on each of your opponent's Pokemon. So it's weird because it's like a late game, it's a mid to late game attack that's only useful in the early game. So putting 6 damage counters is really cool because you can knock out a bunch of Zorwas, a bunch of other like non-GX basics or stuff like that. But at the same time, it doesn't matter because by the mid game to late game, they're already Zoroarks. So I guess you could play it with what's it called? With Espeon and Devolve all your opponent's Pokemon. But you could also just play the other Necrozma we were just talking about, the Psychic type one, which is another different type attacker, which is useful in its own right, and it can put 100 damage on all of your opponent's GX and EX Pokemon. So that's useful in its own right as well. It puts everything in range of this Photon Geyser if you only have 1 Malamar on your bench. So that way you can cycle between 2 Ultra Necrozmas and only hit for 80, but then still take knockouts and everything. So
Wait, it also has 2 retreat, right?
Yeah, it does.
Oh, so with Altar of the Moon, it has free retreat if you have Psychic. As well as with all your other Pokemon.
The smarts here. John's the smarts. You can play Altar of the Moon for free retreat, so you even need the Dawnwing's Lunala. At the same time, you can still use it if you guys want to, but then you don't even need Float Stone. You can just attach an energy using your Malamar to your Dawnwing's Necrozma, and then have that invasion ability, free retreat, all that good jazz.
It gives at least mobility, that's for sure.
Absolutely. So it's a powerful hitter with a lot of mobility, and all of us Buzzwole players know that 190 HP is an insanely large amount of HP for a basic. So you have a lot of HP, a lot of damage potential, a lot of versatility, and a lot of mobility. So it's a good deck. You okay, Steven? You good there, buddy?
Stretching.
All right, cool. So Ultra Necrozma, probably the best archetype to come out of this part of the deck, of this part of the set. I mean, other than that, like, there's no other cards I can think of that are decent archetypes. I mean, like, Zoroark is a decent archetype, or Zygarde, I mean, just because Zygarde has that ability. You can pair Greninja with things, so that's pretty cool. But that's pretty much it for Pokemon. We also have, like, Eevee, which doesn't matter too much.
I mean, Eevees always matter. Eevees always matter.
None of
Look at that. Look at that artwork.
Eevee's lives matter.
Hashtag Eevee lives matter. We have the Diggersby here. Diggersby Doe. Continuous Rock Tumble, 80 damage. Flip a coin until you get tails. Attack does 80 more damage times the number of heads. Alright.
Oh boy.
Playing another Fliptini and Choice Band. And we're gonna kill every Pokemon in the game. Oh! I wanted to talk to you about this, Steven. Steven, I want you to read this on my bed.
Damage does suck, 10. And then DC, look at your opponent's hand, discord. Oh, okay, so that can be relatively very, very useful in Garbodor.
You can discard all their items in their hand. How is that not hilarious and awful at the same time?
And for DCE.
It's for DCE too. It's a basic.
Crap.
He's like, oh, here's my ability lock one in the active, right? I'm gonna switch this one out until my Noibat I play down and attach DC to it. Hey, I see that you have 20 cards in your hand. You're stocking them up. I see. Just lose all those items. All of them. Gone. Trash lunch. Go win. It's just so stupid.
It's colorless too, so you can play things like you can still play like Drampon stuff in the deck, and like it's
you can put psychic energies onto it if you can't find.
And then
DCEs.
you can just play the Noivern GX too, just to item lock and attack.
And then mix that up with Shining Celebi.
You know what? That's what I'm saying. Screw the Trash lunch. Shining Celebi, Noibat. Oh, it's so funny. Oh man. So yeah. So that's the thing. So I would say everybody, you're gonna pull these. I think these are commons. Just hoard them. Separate them from your bulk, because they're gonna be worth a good amount of money at some point. I can guarantee it. These are gonna be worth. These are every time you pull these in a pack, you got a winner. And then Noivern's pretty bad, but whatever. We have the Noivern GX if you want to play Noivern. Attack defending Pokemon's now confused. Attack does 70 more damage, so it's whatever. But here's the Enniporter you want to talk about it. Here you go.
Oh, that one's so powerful. as you switch a special energy to any of your opponent's active energy, special energy, into their bench Pokemon.
It doesn't have to be their active either.
Oh, it has to be active. Does it?
Your opponents have a move a special energy for one of your opponent's Pokemon.
Oh, okay. So basically, all you do is you target their strong energies and put them over to a non-fighting Pokemon, and that's it. They're discarded.
Discarded. That's really funny.
Or you just put a DC onto a useless Pokemon that no one ever attacks with.
I like how I was asking John to talk about it though, and John was just like, me? And then Steven was like, me.
Oh no, I thought you were telling Steven to talk about it.
No, because you're the one asking, you were talking about it earlier. John.
Oh yeah, that's because Steven told me about it.
That's true. So Enterporter, in my opinion, is a better enhanced hammer. Obviously, it's a little bit more situational because if your opponent only has one Pokemon left, or like only Pokemon that can attack with DC.
That's when you put all four of the DCs onto that Lele and you proceed to win with Guzma.
You're right. You're right. But the thing is, right, is that as long as we have puzzles in format, as long as we have special charge in format, I feel like this is just stronger because now your opponent's forced to switch into the Pokemon that has the DCs so that they can manually retreat just so that they can get the puzzles, so they can get the DCs back into their hand. Yeah. It's a lot more difficult for them to put DCs back into their hand, which is really strong. Like that's the reason why Slowking was so strong whenever people played it, because being able to not put energies in discard pile but put them on somewhere else that's completely useless is always going to be useful. So Enterporter, definitely get yourself these. These are better than E-Hammers in a lot of more situations than E-Hammers are. At least against Zoroark in particular. Against other decks, probably not as much because a lot of other decks don't play puzzle. But definitely against Zoroark, it's very good. We have all the fossil support, Steven. I didn't realize it was just one fossil support.
Yeah, that's it.
This is it. Search your deck or discard pile for one unidentified fossil card. Show it to your opponent, put it into your hand.
Oh boy.
Oh man.
Fossils next meta.
Foddles are coming back.
Bottles.
Oh man. That sucks. And it's only unidentified fossils. If it was like, if I could put Old Amber into my hand, that could be cool. Play some Aerodactyl, bro. But unfortunately, I mean, we're gonna be playing Tyrantrum.
At least 8 of them day 2'd.
We're gonna play some. We're gonna play some Tyrantrum, guys. That's the goal.
Boy.
We're gonna be playing some Tyrantrum. Reprint of Rare Candy, Ultra Ball, Switch, Pokemon Catcher, Mysterious Treasure. Oh, yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. This is gonna be going to my ever so beloved Ultra Necrozma deck. This is a new staple. Everybody get yourself 4 of these as soon as you can. Search your deck for a Psychic or Dragon Pokemon. Reveal it and put it into your hand and shuffle your deck. So it's Ultra Ball for Lele, but with one less card, and it helps you get your Terminal Bridges for anyone that wants to play Terminal Bridges. So every single Zoroark deck is playing 4 of these.
It's not for basics, right? It's just for any Psychic.
Any Psychics, yeah, I saw that earlier. I was thinking about buying it, but I don't have money, so I'm not going to buy it. But if you guys buy it,
that's like 20 bucks cheaper.
I already got my own. We're talking about this. Some dude selling some hyper relays. Anyways, search your day. So it's really
nothing special. Cards. Nothing special.
Nothing special. Just hyper relays for $120. Not a big deal. So like, it's also good in just any decks that play Psychic type Pokemon. Like if you're Zoroark, right? Now you can cut some of those bridges. You can cut some of those Lele's, and now you can play your 1/1 line of Alolan Muck. Get them out with Mystery Treasure. Boom. There you go. Meta. Is there any other really good Psychic or Dragon types? I can see playing this in Garchomp.
Oh wait, no,
that's really cool in Garchomp.
Garbodor.
Bro, it's really cool in Garchomp actually. Why did you laugh, Steven? You alright?
Because you just realized that it's good in Garchomp.
I never thought of it, because it's so weird to think of me playing a Dragon type deck competitively.
It's also good in Garbodor because now you can just search for your.
Yeah, you can just search for your Garbodors.
Yeah.
Anybody that plays the Trash Match at all, you can just play Mystery Treasure.
And especially in the mirror, especially in the mirror, it's just a one item. Considering like if you go Ultra Ball, it's like okay, yeah, you either have to discard important supporter and another item card.
Bro, my mind's just blown right now. This is like, oh, it's so good. You can now every deck can play like a 2/2 line of Garbodor and have a reason to play. And I was just like, I'm playing this Mystery Treasure.
You can play in Zoroark.
Might as well play a 2/2 line of
Garbodor. It's Zoroark now.
Zoroark Garb.
Oh my god, this card is so good. Every time we get Pokemon Search, it's always gonna be like great. Every time it's an item Pokemon Search, I have to say, because this is actually amazing. Oh, you can get Garchomps, bro. So I'm titillating right now. I'm all juicy right now. You know what I'm saying? Like
I mean, do you have any other dragons that are like notable?
I mean, actually, Ultra Necrozma is a dragon, so it's pretty easy. You can.
Wasn't Noivern also a dragon too?
Yeah, if people want to play Noivern. I don't think there's a reason I'm playing Noivern because we have Luxray. Steven, it's okay.
What?
Steven's bored, guys.
I'm just playing with my belly.
Let's all play with our belly.
It's just, you guys are gonna make. Oh, you guys are gonna be. Stop this! Stop this!
We play the
drums. Bad for my mic.
We play the drums.
This is gonna be the worst
Welcome
video.
to Wakanda.
Guys, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, guys. This is gonna be what happens. Alright, stop. We got cards to talk about now. We got Choice Band reprint, yay.
Oh boy, that's a good card.
Wow,
That's a
can't
good
wait
card.
for that to be in the next meta for the next 2 years.
This is
the
lady.
lady?
This is lady.
Oh.
It's literally just called lady. Search your deck, crypt to 4 basic energies, put them into your hand.
Hey, it's Clements for any.
It's better Clement, because Clement was widely played back then. Now Diantha is apparently just like, oh look, now we made Guardy bad. We have to make Guardy good again. Diantha, you may only play this card if one of your fairy Pokemon were knocked out during your opponent's last turn. Choose 2 cards from your discard pile and put them into your hand.
And for 6 puzzles and more.
Hey, you can get puzzles to get puzzles, and then get some more
Get
puzzles.
some more puzzles, and then they grab another puzzle and her.
For next turn when they knock out your other Guardian that was on your
grab another
bench.
All we need is a fairy type electrode. I guess it wouldn't work. It's not during your opponent's next turn, but that's funny. I mean, I guess it's good. There's not any other fairy types in meta right now except Sylveon.
So
I guess if you want, I guess you can play this in your Sylveon decks.
And then you can add all your E-hammers, all that stuff.
Get your max potions and crushing hammers back. Oh, there it is. There it is. Sylveon. And we get reprinted Judge. If you guys don't know, this is what Steven looks like IRL.
yeah, except for with a beard.
So someone just submit a picture.
Yeah, somebody
of it
just
with a beard.
add a beard in the picture. Then we have your new profile pic, Steven.
You got a new map. What are you talking about?
Alright, we got a new map. We got the Howl reprint. Everyone's favorite.
That's a good card.
Everyone's favorite.
Let's
And
draw
now,
3.
Here you go, Steven. You can talk about Lysander.
This deck is the most broken deck.
Steven's our relative expanded guy.
Yes,
Yeah, that's
absolutely. You take this and expand it on Volcanion, you'll win Night March. You know what else you win? You win Zorak. You put those eggs back in the Broken Land. Alright?
The Broken Land.
It's Broken Land, not Lost Zone anymore. It's Broken Land, alright? For every fire you have on the field, you basically put that many
like this accent.
cards into the Lost Zone.
Look at me.
It's beautiful.
You don't need
beautiful,
at the spicy meatball with the license.
You combo this with Volcanion, Turtonator, Oho, anything like that, anything that's a very, very good fire deck, you know what you do? You become Australian like me, and then what you do is you play that Skyfield.
You play that Skyfield.
And then you'll win.
You get 9 of them in the discard pile.
You must say to win.
You must play to win.
I like how you still don't say ho, you still say oho.
Oh, yeah.
Oh ho! Anyways, it's very strong.
It's
you can literally just remove from play their 4 DCEs and win a matchup in a lot of different games. Against Night March, you can get rid of if you just get rid of 4 of their Night Marchers.
That's huge potential.
It's huge. Not to mention if you get rid of their if you get rid of their Joltics or their attackers, that's even better. So there's a lot of cool things going on with Lysander. Lysander, definitely get yourself 7 of those. I know you can only play 1 in the deck. But still.
No, we need to play 7 now.
Or you play at least 3.
Right,
7.
we have Bonnie. We were talking about how we could reuse Zygarde's GX attack. This is how. Discard a Stadium card. During this turn, your Zygarde GX may use his GX attack again. So, essentially, you can constantly use your GX attack. It's not exactly the easiest thing to do, because you have to discard a Stadium card, and you're playing this as your supporter for the turn. But being able to make yourself immune to GX and EX attack pretty consistently throughout a game is pretty strong. Not to mention, eventually, if you play, this is an expander with dual brains, you can get.
You can play with Zoroark.
You can play Lucamine Bonnie.
Play with Zoroark.
Every turn. Lucamine, get your Bonnie and Stadium back. Put down your Stadium. Play your Bonnie. Boom. You got a deck right there. You got it spicy. That's funny. So overall, it's a pretty cool attack. So I think if you want to play Zygarde, everyone's dying here in my house. Oh, yeah, that's fine. Here's Lysander's Labs. Here you go, Steven. Steven thinks this is meta defining.
This is the most meta-defining card ever. Man, you shut off every item in play. Okay, you don't find a field blower next turn, guess what? Your choice band doesn't do anything. It doesn't do nothing. No extra 30 damage, okay? All it does is you're gonna do your basic damage. Other than that, your float stones have no more of an ability.
Or your skateboards.
Or your skateboards.
Or your frying pan.
And also, I believe it shuts off the ability of Garbotox, if I'm not mistaken. It doesn't?
No.
Oh, it just has no effect?
It's still a tool on it.
No, there's no more tool.
No, it doesn't remove the tool.
So there's no more float stones. Yeah, sure, it can be targeted with easy another stadium or a field blower. But, I mean, still, having that option of them wasting a field blower on your stadium
I'm gonna ask you a question.
instead of your choice band, yeah, you know?
I'm gonna ask you a question, Steven.
No.
This goes to everybody in the chat as well. What deck do you play this in?
Yes.
Every single deck.
You play this in Buzzwole.
So you can turn off your own choice bands?
Yeah.
Your own fighting
You don't
Fairy
play choice band.
Yeah, yeah. You turn off your own fighting fear belts. Alright, that's cool.
You play this. This is very easy. You play this in Nihiligo.
Nihiligo.
Or not Nihiligo. What the heck? Solgaleo. Dawnwing. Necrozma.
You mean Duskman?
Duskmane, yeah. You play this in Duskmane Necrozma.
So like you don't want free retreat ever?
You don't need free retreat.
You sure?
What do you? I don't even have flowstones in my deck.
Alright, whatever, buddy.
You rely on those energies.
You know. So you're talking about the Zorak version, huh? Yeah. What do you cut for it, buddy?
Yes.
Tell me.
You cut your stadiums.
What's that?
It's your own stadium.
Oh yeah, all right.
Put energy retrieval in there.
You cut the Magnezone.
Actually, you don't even
cut them out.
You don't even play Zorks. You just play a 4 Lysander's Labs, 1 Guzzlord, and then 900 energy.
Why Guzzlord?
It's Guzzlord.
You're whatever. We're gonna move on. We have the last unit energy, guys, and then we have a bunch of secret rares and full arts. We don't really need to go over these. Pokebeach.com. Go check it out, guys. If you guys want to look better looks at it. I will take a look at the lady full art, and this is what made me mad because when I said we're getting a full art of every supporter, this is what really put in the nail of the coffin for me. Why do we have a lady full art? Who in the Pokemon company goes, I want a lady full art?
Why would you want a Lily full art?
Because Lily's
a favorite. So was Lily.
Look, Diantha, super dope looking full art. I have to say, it's got like the stained glass window in the background from the league, and it's really I just really like the colors on it. I think it looks really good. Now Diantha, I'm gonna say right now, least favorite champion in all Pokemon, but really cool art spreads. Yeah, she's a champion, bro.
It was like what?
It's 6th gen.
XY, right?
Yeah, that's like 6th gen.
Bonnie full art, yeah. And then we got a bunch of hyper rares, and our secret rares are you ready? Are we getting Porter? I need 4 of these right away. ab.aurabomb at gmail.com. That's my PayPal. Help me out, guys.
But look at those.
And then these are beautiful, bro. These are I still haven't found a good deck to play Unit Energies in. But hey, now you can play Buzzwole Zoroark.
Hey.
There you go.
We're talking about the break one, right?
Sure. Whatever you want to call it.
I mean, the break. it works with the break.
It does work with the break, yeah. So if you want to play Buzzwole Zoroark, there you go. All right, so we're gonna talk about Ultra Force now. Ultra Force is where the goods cards are. There's a lot less cards in this set though, so we should be done pretty soon, guys. These guys are getting answers. So we're gonna try to run through this. We have a fighting type Turtonator somewhere. So we'll talk about that in a second.
A fighting type Turtonator?
We have a grass type Abomasnow. So now we have Grass Patch in the ability form. There we go.
Great. There goes Gillespie.
So
we have a fire type Heatran.
Makes no sense.
Yeah, but
so good.
What do you mean it makes no sense?
Makes no sense. You don't need it.
Heatran's a fire type.
You don't need it.
You're right. We don't need it. That's the truth, though. We got a water type Palkia, which means now we can Aqua Patch onto this.
We still don't need it. No.
You're right, though.
We can discard all the energy.
Hydro Pressure means 60 damage. You can do 2 more damage to each water energy attached to this Pokemon. So Max Elixir Aqua Patch, just go. Still not, you're attaching a crap ton of energies for not that much damage, though. So we're gonna move on. Also, you can Zero Finish. I guess Zero Finish would be really cool if like Guardy becomes really popular again.
Yeah.
But like, other than that, it's meh. We have a water type Araquanid. We just a bunch of different dual types if you guys haven't picked it up yet. We have electric type Magnezone. That way during post rotation we have Magnezone electric type still. We have a Xurkitree non-GX Ultra Beast. I don't think it's very good. 120 HP electric type. If you have 3 prize cards remaining, your opponent's active Pokemon is now paralyzed.
What?
Oh, that's cool. If you have 3 prize cards remaining, you paralyze your
opponent. It's not paralyzed. Sorry. I was also reading the top one where it says confused.
Oh, that's actually interesting.
It's confused and paralyzed.
I mean, we'll see. I don't think it's very good still, but it's interesting. We have a Psychic type Rotom to really finish that Rotom toolbox. Now you can hit those Garbodors for weakness, even though you already Oka them.
Rotom toolbox is OP.
It's time. We have Uxie. We have the 3 spirits. Uxie 60 HP. Choose one of your opponent's active Pokemon's attack during your opponent's next turn. The defending Pokemon can't use that attack.
Nice. But then
hey, you can
play
stop
that against
Zoroark.
Buzzwole, you stop that.
No, you stop Zoroark from using their attack.
Mesprit. If you have Azelf in play, you have no resistance. Your opponent's Pokemon have no resistance. Whatever. Mind Splash. If Uxie's on your bench, the attack does 50 more damage. For DC does 70. Is that useful? You can hit for 200 if you have a choice band attached to Psychic Weak Pokemon. Is that really useful? I guess you knock out everything.
There's nothing really Psychic matter defining.
I mean, I guess you can knock out Garbodors, but they can knock you out as well.
Yeah.
Azelf. Psychic Abduction. You can only use the attack if you go second. And only on your first turn. Shuffle one of your opponent's bench Pokemon, all cards attached into their deck. That's awesome. So if you go second, you can just put back one of your opponent's Pokemon as an attack. That's pretty cool. And then,
I might bridge it.
Yeah, right. Hypno Wave can put your opponent to sleep. So I mean, they're all really cool. I mean, these are definitely pre-release cards. So enjoy them while you can. Dawnwings Necrozma, another Ultra Beast card. 130 damage, Psychic type, Gulfstream, 20 damage. You have 6 prize cards remaining. This attack does 20 more damage to each damage counter on this Pokemon. So if in your first turn, for every damage counter you have on this Pokemon, you're doing more damage. It's bad. And then you have Duskblade. Discards 2 energy from this Pokemon. Alright, that's whatever. Hey, we got Naganadel. Who wants to talk about Naganadel? I love my Naganadel. Did you guys talk about Naganadel?
I'm good.
Tess, my man. Huh?
I'm good.
You got it, bro.
I mean, if you want to talk about it, go for it, man.
Alright, Poipole is really interesting. Because it has Corpse Reviver. If this Pokemon is knocked out during your opponent's next turn, your opponent does not take a prize card as an attack. So if you're really stuck and you can't seem to find your Naganadels, you have Corpse Reviver. Your opponent doesn't take prizes. That's pretty cool. And also with Dimension Valley, it's a 1 energy attack, so that's pretty cool as well. Then you got Naganadel GX, and all of his attacks are free, except not really, just his first attack. If you have the Stadium I just talked about, whatever it's called again, just forgot.
Dimension Valley.
That's the one. Beast Ride, 20 damage. This attack does 20 damage for each Ultra Beast you have in play. Really cool. You can pair with any Ultra Beast that you want, although the only valid Ultra Beasts right now are Buzzwole and Duskmane Necrozma. So if you play like an Ultra Beast box deck, you can maybe have a Kartana in your deck, just use its ability. You can have Xurkitree for its ability to be able to be immune to attacks. You just play a bunch of different Ultra Beasts on your bench, abuse all their cool effects, and then you can increase your Beast Ride. And then you can play cards like Max Potion to be able to fully heal and then reattach energy and attack again. So there's a lot of cool things that come with this. Also, being a Psychic type attacker is really good in general, because you can knock out a bunch of different Psychic type Pokemon. So it's pretty handy. Of course, being weak to Psychic isn't the best, but if you have other Pokemon that can deal with that, such as Duskmane or other Pokemon, I guess, then boom, you're set. We have Jet Tackle. Also, we still don't have Stakataka or Blacephalon as GXs yet. So maybe whenever those come out, we have even more stuff going for it. We'll see. Jet Tackle is not affected by resistance, so it's actually relatively useful as far as taking 2 KO safely. And then you have Stinger GX. We have Stinger GX.
Stupid.
Each player shuffles their prize cards into their deck. Then each player takes 3 cards from the top of their deck and puts them face down as their prize cards. Wow. Wow. Hey, you know, I see my opponent Steven. He's beating me. He's got 6 prizes left. I only have 1. I'm gonna lose the game. I better use my Stinger. So he has 2 more prizes, and I have 3 less prizes. That's the game. That's the game we live in right now. We have a GX attack that doesn't. Like, I get that GX attacks are supposed to alter the course of the game, but this is next level, bro. This is next level. And the best part is we have B-String. So after you use this GX attack, you can just use B-String.
Oh boy.
This is wild.
Oh boy.
This is wild. Oh man. We'll talk about B-String in a second, but we have a fighting type, Torterra, and Infernape. Infernape is better just because now you can attach a strong energy to it, I guess. So you can actually do damage.
Ew.
Wait a minute. Is this right? I don't read Japanese, but this one says 2 damage counters instead of 6. So I don't know. Oh, never mind. Put 6. I see. Never mind. I'm wrong. But we have fighting type Garchomps. I have a very strong opinion that I don't think fighting type Garchomps are very necessary because it's weak to grass and then you're weak to Glisspod. I think it's better to be weak to Fairy, like Gardevoir, than it is to be weak to Glisspod. But, I mean, having a fighting type Garchomp means that you're going to attach strong energy to it, you can abuse Diancie, and you can knock out Zoroark in 1 hit without the need to play Cynthia. So, we currently have the other Garchomp, the Breakpoint Garchomp, that is also a 2 energy attachment and can knock out Zoroark with a Choice Band attached for weakness, while also accelerating energies and being able to OHKO Volcanions. So currently I think that one's better. You have 30 less HP, but I still think that one's better because it has more versatility than this Garchomp does. But this one can be useful post-rotation, I think. I don't think it's very good until post-rotation. I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. If you want to play, if you're really, really desperate to play strong energies onto Garchomp, I guess play it now. I guess you can play this now, but whatever. I don't think it's great until post-rotation. Even then, I think I'd only play it as a one-of. That's just me. We have Lucario GX, which we already have as a promo box. What do you guys think about Lucario GX?
Yes.
I mean, it can be played sort of like Glisspod in a way. Like, kind of, maybe?
Kind of. I think you can abuse it. Isn't there... I know we have a Lucario. So I actually have like a box of Lucario somewhere in here. Let's see if I can pull that up. I know that there's a Lucario that when you evolve into it, you're like immune to everything the following turn.
Yeah, that's from Burning.
Yeah, Stance.
Yeah.
So when you play this Pokemon from your hand to one of your Pokemon during your next turn, you may prevent all the effects of your opponent's attacks, including damage to this Pokemon. So I guess if you want to pair it with like De-Evolution Spray, both of those Lucarios, and just try to win that way, it's an option. It's kind of rough because Like, you have to do it that way.
Get it? It's kind of rough.
But it's interesting, right? It's interesting, though, because this is the kind of deck that even though it's a stage 1 focused deck, you can still play Max Elixir, just because most of the time they're going to be Riolus until you need to use their effects. So that's interesting in its own right. You can actually abuse its Cyclone Kick, or in this other Lucario, it's like Submissive Blow or something. Submarine Blow. Why is it Submarine Blow? So why is it?
Because submarines are cool.
You're right. Yeah, and Lucario is so cool. Yeah. I hope they make a Mega Lucario GX, because the first Mega Pokemon we had was a Lucario GX, and I hope they keep that trend. Yeah. Anyways, its GX attack for a DCE is the same thing as Tauros' GX attack. 30 damage for each damage counter you have on this Lucario. Overall, it's not very good, considering the strategy that you have to focus on when being a Lucario. Only having 70 HP means that you have to constantly have less than 6 damage counters on you, because you are going to be devolving a lot to abuse Aura Strike, which we haven't even talked about yet. If this Pokemon evolved from Riolu during this turn, it does 90 more damage, which is why it's similar to Glitchxcity. So if you play De-Evolutions Player, Super Scoop Ups, and Acerolas, you can abuse this Aura Strike. So we'll have to test it to see if it's actually that consistent. My thoughts are no, but being able to hit, I think, 170 with a Choice Band, if you have strong energy, is useful just because you can knock out Lele's. And I guess you can both Guzma and De-Evolution Spray in the same turn.
Oh yeah.
I guess. I don't know. It's tough to tell. What do you guys think is a good partner for it?
I think Zoroark. Yeah, like, because you would play it sort of like Glismod's Zoroark, so
you're both just like Zoroark. All right. Well,
I mean, it's the only one we can think of.
My buddy Pat was showing me a Garbodor variant of his that he liked. I don't know if I think Garbodor is the right Pokemon, because like this deck relies heavily on being consistent, and Garbodor does not make you consistent. So I don't know. Zoroark seems good. I like Carbink with it.
Carbink doesn't seem like a bad idea.
You know Carbink is like a $10 card now.
Is it really?
Break. Yeah.
Dear God.
That's funny. I'm glad I have like 7. I can sell mine. Anyways, that's Lucario. That's not really part of the set, but you know, I love me some Lucario. We have Fighting type Toxicroak now. We have, this is actually really useful. It's our non-GX Buzzwole. So now if we want to work around Shining Hoopa, we can actually work around it easier with this Buzzwole.
You mean Shining
Legends Hoopa.
Oh, okay.
Not actual Shining Hoopa.
I thought you were talking about Shining Lugia or something.
Oh, no.
Yeah. That's a card that's being played too, so.
Yeah, you're right there. 130 HP, Fighting type, Sledgehammer. If your opponent has 4 prize cards remaining, this attack does 90 more damage. So for 1 energy, you can hit for 120 if they have 4 prize cards, which is actually really strong. That's really strong. But Swing Around does 80 damage for fighting colors. Flip 2 coins to attack the swing more damage to each other. That doesn't really matter as much. But the cool thing, you're right. But the cool thing about this Buzzwole is that strong energy plus Diancie means you knock out the Hoopa in all cases. I think, right? That's 70. Yeah, you're hitting for 70 now. So, and if you have Fighting Fury Belt with a Diancie on the bench, you also knock out. So overall, it's a very useful attack if you're trying to work around Hoopas. And then you also have the added effect of having that really cool extra 90 damage. So that's pretty dope. I know this one's really just for Steven. He really likes his Empoleon. So seeing metal type Empoleon makes Steven all heart aflutter. Because apparently, no, it's bad. Moving on. Dialga GX is now a metal type. I think it's worse because now you're adding another Fire Weak Pokemon to your Necrozma deck. Oh god, our chairs are so squeaky. Duskman, 30 HP. This was actually pretty interesting, right? Its attack can put 60 damage on the EX or GX for a single metal.
Oh, that's pretty useful.
That's actually really nice. So it's useful in that sense, I guess. So you can just do chip damage while you're charging up.
The heck is that last attack? That's so useless.
100 damage if your opponent has 1 prize card remaining. Attack is 100 more damage.
It's so useless.
That's actually super dope. That's like a hail. No, that's actually really bad.
Yeah,
it's not bad.
130 health. Yeah, get knocked out next turn. You're
It's true. But like, I mean, if for 3 energies you can hit for 200. That's really nice addition to your regular Duskmane Necrozma GX decks.
Yeah,
right?
but it's very like you have to have 1 prize card left.
It's like super.
Nah, your opponent.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. 'Cause your opponent has to have 1.
It's still a nice.
It just gets knocked out next turn.
I mean, it's just an option, right? Like, but if you're knocking out the Pokemon that has all the energies attached to it, you don't get knocked out next turn, most likely. And you're 130 HP.
Against Zoroark, then.
But you're 130 HP, so Zoroark doesn't OHKO you. Unless they have all.
Unless they have breakthrough, then yeah, that one on hits.
Well, if they're hitting you with foul play and they don't, and you don't have 1 prize card remaining, they'll hit you for 100.
Well, I'm saying you're gonna use the other one, the not foul play specifically. I'm talking about like the DZE attack.
Yeah, I know, but that you need to have like what
4.
5 Pokemon on your
4.
bench? 4, yeah. You can just not play 4 Pokemon on your bench. I mean, there are ways to play around it.
They can play Kikoi on the
Yeah, they can play Wakui.
Like,
They could play the stadium as well. I mean, they still have options. Don't get me wrong, but it is a nice tech because like having just being able to not attach 4 energies and discard 3 of them for a big attack is strong in the deck that needs to discard 4 energies.
Yeah.
So, Arceus Prism Star is definitely like a sleeper card. Once we get more cards in the format that we can abuse its ability with, it's really gonna be really nice. First commandment means we prevent all effects of attacks. So, except for damage, of course, but it's pretty dope in its own right there. Trinity Star, 30 damage for a single energy, and then if you have a grass, water, and lightning Pokemon on your bench, search your deck for up to 3 basic energy cards and attach them to your Pokemon any way you like. It's an amazing accelerator, but we don't really have a good combination of cards that would make this worth playing as of right now. We have Tapu Koko promo, which is always good. We have Vulpix, which is always good, but we don't really have like a good water type Pokemon that we can just play on, grass type.
what's out.
Grass type.
Well, I
Pokemon
mean, we have
Glyphosate.
Glyphosate.
Wait,
You can kind of play those.
I mean, it does technically work. If you want to put like...
You just go Glyphosate Auxiliary.
Yeah, exactly. If you want to play Glyphosate Auxiliary, then you can just attach a grass energy to all of your Glyphosates. Because I think it's only basics. Yeah, it's only basics. So, I mean, there's an option right there.
But again, it's like having those 3 just...
No, it's easy enough. We bridge it. So it's not like hard to pull off. It's just, is it worth pulling off when all of your attacks are only worth 1 energy anyways? You know what I mean? So I don't think it's worth it. It's the same reason why Garbodor decks don't play Shining Mew right now. Because you don't really need to. So eventually maybe we'll have like a really strong grass type attacker that could really abuse a crap ton of energy on it. Don't demonetize me, YouTube.
Do it, it's his 4th.
Don't do it. Or like maybe we have like, I don't know. I think all we need right now is a really like fun staple grass type attacker, and we can abuse it. Whew. Hey John, you should get your foot off my desk.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, bro.
You're moving the mic around, bro.
I'm sorry, Mike.
What?
Stop this.
Sorry, Mike.
Okay, B-String, it's the big boy. It's the big boy.
It's the thing you put on those parts.
Are you gonna be playing this, Steven?
Probably.
In your Zoroark deck?
Zoroark, maybe. Yeah.
Are you gonna take out your Magazones for it?
Yeah. I'll probably take the puzzles out once when they rotate.
Huh?
I'll take the puzzles out once when they rotate.
Yeah, you're right. I'll do that too. So when you search your deck for 2, okay, you can only play this card if your opponent has 3 or 4 prize cards remaining. Search your deck for up to 2 basic energy, reveal them and attach them to 20 of your Ultra Beast Pokemon. It's an item energy accelerator, 2 at a time. It's based on your opponent's prizes, but that's every game. It's almost unavoidable for your opponent to not have 3 or 4 prize cards. Now, obviously, it's gonna be tough for you to get them into your hand if you're in that position, but if you can like hoard them, play efficiently. There was a lot of whenever SM5 Plus came out of Japan, the best decks in the format were Lycanroc Zoroark that played 4 Max Lux with 4 B strings. Every deck was that deck. It was hilarious. So, boom, there you go. B string, very strong. All of your Ultra Beast Pokemon got better. We even have more Ultra Beast support coming up. We have Steel Frying Pan.
It's a frying pan.
It's the best pan ever.
It's a frying pan. Sponsored by Brock.
I'm so mad at Pokemon. I don't have to go over this rant again. Everybody knows about it already. The metal Pokemon this card is attached. He takes 30 less damage from attacks and has no weakness. Steven's like, giddy. He's all giddy.
Oh, you're dang right. I'm all giddy. You put that thing in Magnezone and put it in Magnezone, or you put it in Solgaleo, and you just win.
It's kind of crazy. Dude, imagine this on like the Solgaleo Prism. You get like 2 or 3 turns of like energy accelerating, and you don't have weakness anymore. Oh god, whatever. It's not like the tool is amazing. I mean, we have Lysander's Labs coming out, guys. So it's bad. Now.
Yeah,
it's a bad. All tools are bad now.
Yeah, they are.
Lysander's Labs is coming.
You don't need to play tools anymore.
Don't just remove tools, guys.
Forget about tools.
Get ahead of the meta. Stop playing tools.
Hashtag anti-Garbodor.
It doesn't stop Garb.
Oh yeah, but you don't play any more items in your deck. It sure as heck does.
Oh, you're right.
You don't have as much tools, so they hit you for less essentially.
But overall, I mean, this card's cool. It's just reverse choice band. I don't know if you play it. You definitely play this in Dawn Wings, I think, or Duskmane, because Duskmane doesn't really need a choice band, and I mean, just being able to take 30 less damage from attacks when you're already 190 HP Pokemon, it's arguably better Oh, you thought the door was opening by itself?
Yeah, I was like, what the heck is this?
So I was coming in.
It's a surprise ghost. Bro? It's a ghost.
Oh my god. I don't know. Is this better than? You think this is better than Fighting Fury Belt?
In a way, yes.
In a way, yes. I guess because you technically can't make O-code easier.
You also don't get one shot by a lot of heavy hitters.
I mean, Buzzwole will still O-code you if you have Fighting Fury Belt attached or not with his GX attack.
Exactly.
So I guess this is better.
You wouldn't lose to
anything. I guess also
you wouldn't lose to Volk as easily.
Vikabulu, you mean? Or you wouldn't lose.
I think this is really a little bit rough. I don't think you play this till post rotation though, because you don't have Fighting Fury Belt, so you get O-code by your opponent.
You play this when Field Blower rotates.
Yeah. Okay. This is interesting because like you still get O-code by the opposing Duskmane if you play this on your own Duskmane, because you're still like 10 short. I think. Yeah, because you take
for
190.
No, you hit for 210.
Yeah, no 220 with Duskmane. So like you still get O-code, but if you have Fighting Fury Belt, you don't get O-code. So maybe you don't play this right now unless Fire gets really popular, which it doesn't look like it's going to be really popular. So I'm not too worried about it. Okay, other cards. We have Ultra Recon Squad. Discard up to 2 Ultra Beasts from your hand, then draw 3 cards for each card you discard in this way. If we lose all draw supporter, we got Ultra Recon Squad. It's time. Draw 6 by discarding all your important Pokemon. It's time. Let's go.
We have Rescue Stretcher.
We do. You get them all back.
And then we have the stadium too, so you can put them back
and then use the stadium. John is literally he's in a new level right now. He's awakening.
I've awakened to.
He has mastered Ultra Instinct, guys.
Ascended.
He has mastered Ultra Instinct. We got Wake here. Water is just looking better and better. Like Volcania, we talked about Volcania being useful. Then we have another way to discard water energies. Discard 2 water energies from your hand in order to play this card. Search your deck for up to 2 cards and put them into your hand. Boom, bam, shablam. Computer search as a supporter. Very, 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 very strong. Awkward part is you need 2 water energies in your hand. I don't know about you guys, but when I play water type decks, it's not very common that they're in my hand. But I guess you can pair this with energy retrieval. It is still in standard. So I guess you can cycle through wakes. Please draw supporters when you can just wake every turn.
Yeah.
There we go. So we got Wake here. What do you guys think of Wake? What are good water decks right now?
Empoleon, potentially?
Dude, this is super cool in Empoleon, actually.
And Glaceon.
Glaceon's interesting. I just wish... maybe this makes Glaceon better. Maybe Glaceon becomes good with this card.
It becomes a consistency card in a sense.
Yeah, because you're probably gonna want to play a lot of water energies anyways, because you want to evolve right away.
And then you're already playing Aqua Patch anyways to do things, so yeah.
So maybe we see like quad Glaceon, and that's it. Because like, do you need anything else with Wake? I mean, you could still play the Zoroark, but do you really need the Zoroarks when you play Wake?
Not really. You would just need to play more draw spores, I guess.
Maybe you just play like Lapras Glaceon.
Yeah, you can do that. That's a deck.
You can still play Garbodor as well, because like this is just another consistency card. I think maybe Lapras Zoroark, because I know that the only Glaceon deck that made top 32 was like a 4/3 Glaceon. I think it was 2 Laprases, and then it was like a 2/2 line of Garbodor. So maybe this becomes, this just, I mean, this obviously helps the deck a lot, but maybe you can like center the deck more around Wake. Wake is just really strong. He's in his gym. He has one of the ugliest gyms in all of Pokemon. But hey, we got Wake now. And we got the Ultra Space, what John was talking about earlier. Once per turn, you can put an Ultra Beast card into your hand. This is amazing because we have Kartana. This is literally a stadium that gets you an Enhanced Hammer. That's so cool. Like, now you can get your Naganadel, you can get your Poipole, you can get your Buzzwole, you can get your Xurkitree, you can get your Dawnwings, Duskmane, you can get your Dawnwings, which is still useful. And now you can get your Kartanas and have that GX tech that lets you take a prize and have an Enhanced Hammer. You can just play quad Kartana Ultra Space with Naganadel and actually have a decent attacker.
And then once Garbotoxin rotates out, you don't need to worry about ability locks.
Exactly. There's no more ability lock, and you're not playing Enhanced Hammer, you're playing the ability. The Trash Lance will hit you. 4 less cards. It's super cool. I think Ultra Space is really, I think that we're hitting the era of where Ultra Beasts are going to take over. I think Zoroark is going to take a hit, because now Buzzwole just got a lot better with all these new cards.
That or Zoroark just essentially becomes a draw engine.
You're right. And we have Beast Energy. So your Ultra Beasts now do 30 more damage. So it's already really good. Pair with Kartana, man, you hit for 100 damage. Actually, it's really cool with Kartana. Because now you can actually Oko Zoroarks.
Yeah, you can.
That's so funny. Let me see the picture. Let me see it. You're gonna make me
Good.
Yikes. Anyways, I might put that on the screen. Who knows? We got all the things, all the full art supporters, all the things. We have full art Wake and full art Ultra Recon Squad. We have, I think, a total of 5 full art trainers. I think altogether, unless we get more, which I don't think we will. We have those more. 2 there. We have these 3 here. Yeah, we only have 5. Well, what else would there? Steven never found out if there's any supporters that we don't have that aren't full art right
I think
now.
we have like everything.
And Sun and Moon, yes, all of it's full art.
Every one is a full art now. Cool. That's exciting. We also have a reprint right here of energy recyclers, so those Vikabulu players have no worries, have no fears. You're keeping your energy recyclers for post rotation, and we have the secret
frying pan. The frying pan.
I need 4.
I need 4. I need to have. Frying pan. I need to have. You should do it at Andrew Mahone, where you try to collect like you try to actively have the biggest set of frying pans. Because I know Mahone's trying to have the biggest set of skateboards. And it's not hard because I don't know. There's not a lot of people that are just like, man, I really want to collect every skateboard in the meta. All right, well, that's gonna be it, guys. Thank you guys for watching. Is there anything else we should talk about? Did you guys? What do you guys think? Now that we've gone over all these cards, Steven, and you've actually had a chance to look at all these cards. Steven said this is gonna be the worst set since Crimson Invasion.
Everything sucks.
Don't walk away. I need your opinion. Where would you rank it? This is the is this the
7.
5th? Is this the 5th one? Or
I rank it 7. 7 out of 5.
Wouldn't that be good though? 7 out of 5.
Okay, you think it's better than Sun Moon Base?
No.
You don't think
Sun and Moon Base changed our meta. Considering how we
Sun and Moon Base
is the reason why we have a ban list.
Oh.
Decidueye, yes.
Okay, but that's one card.
And Forest. And the glorious. Vital.
What? No. What else is in Sun and Moon Base? Like, what makes Sun and Moon Base?
Ultra Ball.
Decidueye
and
DCE.
Guys, I think what is it? We have Sun Moon Base, Guardians Rising, Burning Shadows, Crimson Invasion, Ultra Prism. I guess we can count Shining Legends. So Shining Legends. So this would be our 7th Sun and Moon set.
I think Shining Legend was the best one ever made.
Alright, well, that's gonna be Comment Question Day. Remember, I do give away a free code to people that answer Comment Question Day. Where would you rank our potential Forbidden Light, assuming that this is gonna be our set list? Where would you rank it in all of the Sun and Moon base sets 1 through 7? Let me know.
Rank it the worst. I'll give you 2.
Steven doesn't have codes, guys. Don't listen to Steven. What do you think, John?
I mean, after we looked at some of the cards, I see potential in some of them. I would probably rate it maybe like the 3rd or 4th best.
I think as far as like archetypes come, I think we only are going to get like 2 archetypes, and they're all Ultra Beast centered. But we have Beast Ring, we have Mystery Treasure. We're having, it's not Ultra Ball, but it's pretty much a new staple.
I mean, search Lele, search Garbodor, search other...
Search Garchomps.
Yeah.
Search Garchomps. It's so
search
cool.
Garchomps, search your Ultra and the Necrozma.
I gotta figure out where I'm gonna fit those. Oh, that's gonna be so much fun. Alright, that's gonna be it, guys. I think that's it. Let me know in the comments down below, guys. Thank you. Shout out to Poke Beach once again for the amazing website. Shout out to you guys, Big Dog. You guys do a lot of good work for us. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time with another video. Let me know in the comment section below what you guys want to see me upload, and we're gonna probably record some games with these losers.
Good night.
Peace.
Bye every time.
Yatta.